A very warm welcome to you. This is Galaxy TV News. Here are our top stories. Senate to set up technical committee to consider President Buhari's decision to decline assent to the Electoral Amendment Bill and others. Governor Ayade prefers solution towards a successful cleanup of Ogoni spillage. Moving outside Nigeria, U.S. Ambassador to the UN, Nikki Haley, resigned. When he gets back. Many thanks for joining us. I'm Stephanie Ojadi. The Senate has resolved to set up a technical committee to consider the merits in President Muhammadu Buhari's decision to decline assent to the Electoral Amendment Bill and 12 others which have been passed by the National Assembly. Senate President Bukola Saraki, who read the letters on the floor of the Red Chamber during Tuesday's plenary, said the proposed committee would study the bills to ensure the lapses noted by the President are corrected. The resolution followed the point of order raised by Senate leader Ahmed Lawan, who urged the Senate to see the decline of the bills as a learning curve to do a better job.
I will suggest a setting up of a technical committee under the chairmanship of the chairman, Business and Rules. We get some few of our loyal senators. Okay, whatever it is, we set up the technical committee to study what happened. Why were those bills not signed?
In the letter, President Buhari said he withheld assent to the electoral bill due to some drafting issues that may affect the interpretation and application of the Principal Act. The President added that some of the proposed amendments may adversely affect the conduct of elections by the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC. Meanwhile, Senate has suspended plenary until Wednesday following the death of a lawmaker in the House of Representatives, Funke Adedoyin. Honorable Adedoyin represented Ekiti Isin Repodu, Oko-Ero Federal Constituency.
Our colleague died on Friday, the 28th of September 2018. We all know, or let me remind us, that it is the tradition and the practice of the Senate to suspend all legislative activities when such an incident occurs in the National Assembly.
In the meantime, the Cross River State Governor, Professor Ben Ayade, says the best possible way towards addressing the Ogoni oil spillage is by awarding the contract to the locals, whom for many years have suffered a long impact of the oil spill. Ayade strongly frowned at government's decision in awarding the contract to foreigners whom, according to him, might not be able to actualize a total clean using bioremediation. Speaking at the government house in Calabar, the Cross River State capital, Ayade reasoned that the cleanup requires the locals scooping the pillage through mechanical harvesting, allowing it to dry and then being used as a means of making blocks for bond walls.
The actual solution to the organic crisis is award contracts to the locals to scoop, mechanically harvest, allow it to sun dry, use it as a means of making blocks for bond walls. Not technical. The technical argument is also to assist take money out of Nigeria.
According to the governor, the remedy is not in the billions of naira contract awarded to foreigners to come do remediation, but allowing the locals themselves prefer the solutions to the age-long devastation suffered by them. And until this is done, the Ogoni cleanup is nothing but a mirage.
Ogoni cleanup actually should be a contract awarded only to the indigenous, who have, for these years, suffered a long impact of the oil spill.
Members of the National Assembly have been urged to refrain from hitting up the polity, but should focus on issues relating to peace and progress in Nigeria. A member of Board of Trustees of the People's Democratic Party, Dr. Saka Balogu, who made the appeal in a chat with correspondent Kunle Ojo, stressed that there is need for the lawmakers to be conscious of their actions and utterances at this critical moment.
They should not they should not precipitate any unnecessary and avoidable crisis in this country for now. Because if they don't have the number and they want to use the police or the SSS to intimidate, harass, and arrest, the aftermath can be very dangerous.
On the continuous delay of the estimates for the 2019 general elections presented by the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, Dr. Balogun described the development as unjustifiable, warning that the government should avoid distorting the timetable for the elections.
Is that the needful be done fast, the fastest that can be, to get the legal framework approved for the fund to be given to INEC, so that INEC will not have any excuse, let alone a good reason to misbehave.
Moving on, as reactions continue to trail the emergence of the former Vice President of Nigeria, Atiku Abubakar, as the PDP presidential candidate, a renowned legal practitioner, Barrister Ambrose Uwaja, described the development as a victory for democracy. Speaking to Galaxy News from his law chambers in Owerri, the Imo State capital, Ambrose said the People's Democratic Party has done a good job by conducting its primaries in a free and fair manner, and yet producing one of the best candidates when compared to other political parties.
It was a fair contest. 12 aspirants contested, and Alhaji Abubakar Atiku won. It's victory to democracy. And for the first time in the history of primaries in this country, you see all co-contestants coming together with a winner to address a press conference.
Also speaking in his separate remarks, a faithful of the People's Democratic Party, PDP, Ifeanyi Chukwuokala, and a businessman, Amajuoye Nzerem, said the Atiku candidacy is a big threat to the ruling party's All Progressives Congress, APC. They said with the choice of PDP's candidacy, the days of APC's presidency are numbered and soon will come to an end.
Without fear of contradiction, Atiku is the best candidate Nigeria needs now. This is the man we have been looking for, waiting for, asking to contest.
It was a very good and very interesting issue. I like the Atiku. I believe he's the person that will wrestle this power from Buhari, being a well-renowned businessman.
Evaluating the APC's choice of candidate, the legal practitioner said Nigerians will have no choice but to look the other way. He maintains that the APC administration is yet to fulfill 30% of their campaign promises, and here they are caught up with another election at hand.
Because he has certainly done nothing to compare, to have an edge over any other person. Is that insecurity?
Still ahead, Uba Sani wins APC Kaduna Central senatorial ticket. Details of this and other stories when Galaxy News returns. Do stay with us. Welcome back. You're still watching Galaxy News. For more updates and latest news, visit our website at galaxytvonline.com. Subscribe to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/GalaxyTV Nigeria. You can follow and interact with us on our Facebook page at facebook.com/GalaxyTV or tweet at us at GalaxyTV. Don't forget to follow and tag us on our Instagram page at Official Galaxy TV. Our social media platforms are user-friendly and can always accommodate your live updates and comments. The Electoral Committee of the All Progressives Congress in Kaduna State have named Uba Sani as the APC Kaduna Central Senatorial flag bearer. In his remarks, the Electoral Committee chairman of the election said the primary election in Kaduna State is the most transparent primary in the country.
Only the best and the most acceptable to the people are selected to represent us. We trust strongly that people have made the right judgment. Personal observation, I can say that the primary elections that took place in Kaduna State is the most transparent primaries election that I have witnessed for a very long time.
The returning officer, Professor Eddie Floyd Igbo, declared Uba Sani, the political advisor to Governor Nasiru El-Rufai, as the winner with 2,088 votes, while his closest rival, Usman Ibrahim Saradauna, was said to have secured only 129 votes, and the incumbent, Senator Shehu Sani, had 15 votes only.
I don't want to focus on speculation. We follow the rules. The committee were duly constituted by the national headquarters of APC, sent by the able chairman of APC, Comrade Adam Osomole, to come and conduct this election, and they did according to the rules and regulations.
Moving on, the Oyo State government has presented the sum of 1 million naira to the family of an inspector of the Nigerian Security and Civil Defense Corps, Omikunle Sunday, who lost his life while on duty. It was gathered that the deceased, who was attached to the Oyo State Joint Security Task Force, codenamed Operation Bust, died on the 24th of June 2014 following complications from a road accident. The Deputy Governor, Moses Adeyemo, and the Commandant of the Nigeria Security and Civil Defense Corps, Oyo State, Dr. John Adewoye, presented a cash donation to the wife of the deceased at the State Executive Chamber in Ibadan. Speaking before the presentation, Adeyemo described the death of the officer as a great loss not only to the family, but to the Security Council in the state.
Death is inevitable for everybody that is here. We only pray to God that we die when God wants us. We are sorry for what has happened. It's something that couldn't have been prevented by anybody.
Dr. John Adewoye and the Special Advisor to Governor Abiola Ajimobi on Security, Shegu Abolariwa, restated the commitment of the state government to rewarding service to humanity, adding that the gesture was an indication that government would continue to ensure 7 officers.
Is working on secondment to Operation Boss. I mean that Operation Boss has ensured them, the life of all the operators, the state government deemed it fit to compensate the family.
A moral booster for those who are serving, that the government will not abandon them in times of need. When this situation occurred, nobody expects anything. And when the Senator Abiola Ajimobi instituted this insurance scheme to cover any serving member of the Joint Task Force Operation Bust, we never knew something like this would happen.
Members of the National Assembly were welcomed back to a session by aggrieved legislative aides who protested non-payment of salaries, duty toll allowances, DTA, among other entitlements. The protesters were, however, ignored by the Speaker of the House of Representatives, Yakubu Dogara, who merely waved and walked past them without saying a word. The workers besieged the chamber's lobby carrying placards with different inscriptions and singing solidarity songs. Yakmo Etuk, who spoke on behalf of the protesters, said that they were owed 2 months' salary arrears and DTA since the beginning of the 8th Assembly in 2015.
So calculate that from when we started till today. So that should give you the answer that they're owing us much. We're not talking about other incentives that other administration used to give. So we're not asking for that. All we are asking for is our money. They're owing it legislative aid more than 2 million naira in terms of DTA and also salaries that they have not paid.
Etuk said that besides salary, every legislative aid was entitled to DTA, which had not been paid in the last 3.5 years, noting that every time the workers complained, the management told them they were working on the matter. The Delta State Board of Internal Revenue, DBIR, have sealed over 50 business premises ranging from hotels and offices in Uvwe and Warri local government over what they described as not rendering their end-of-year returns. Revenue officers led by their directors for enforcement with armed police officers sealed such premises. Speaking on the exercise, some company directors presented proof of payment. The directors for the enforcement said they are only complying with court orders.
As we carried out this, what we call enforcement, we took some taxpayers to court who refused to render their end-of-year returns, and the losses in each month.
The exercise, which according to the board continues, will also lead to 1-month closure of offices that reopened their business premises without approval from the Board of Internal Revenue. Still in Delta State, the traditional ruler of Uvwe Kingdom in Uvwe local government area of Delta State, His Royal Majesty Emmanuel Sideso, met with palace chiefs, community youths and leaders on ways to find a lasting solution to youth restiveness in the community. This is coming as a result of threats by oil multinationals in the community, threatening to relocate as a result of restive youths disrupting their operations. Addressing the community residents and security operatives, the traditional ruler promised to involve credible people to attract investors. He assured the people of his readiness to stop youth harassment of companies as they are partners in progress.
People, credible people, are in position in Nubia to make Uvwe an enviable place for people to come and invest. And you are the person, you are the front line. So that is you don't come back and say, look, this is what we want to do.
It will be recalled that an Uvwe community chief and some youths are facing murder charges in Delta courts over the alleged involvement in youth restiveness. Leaders of the Nigerian Labour Congress in Oyo State have picketed a Chinese and Syrian-owned company located in Ibadan over exploitative working conditions the Nigerians are being subjected to. The two companies were accused of using Nigerians as casuals at an indecent pay of 600 naira to 1,000 naira, non-permission of the existence of labor unions, lack of safety equipment, health facilities, and staff canteen. Chanting solidarity songs with placards of various inscriptions, the Oyo NLC members, led by its chairman Waheed Olojede, condemned the enslavement of Nigerians in their own land by foreigners and continuous abuse of Article 40 of the 1999 Constitution, which guaranteed freedom of association. The chairman of the Congress, Waheed, bemoaned operation, casualization, undue exploitation of workers, noting that the union was all out to liberate agonizing Nigerian workers.
By law of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, if any employer of labor is doing otherwise, it's negating the provision of the law, and that will not be allowed in Nigeria. So we are here today to inform whoever is cares to listen to us that we are here to inaugurate a union that will work together with the management of this place, all in the interest of the workers first and foremost, and of course in the business interest of the employer.
Speaking on the ordeal, some of the workers said they are receiving 600 naira per day and work from 6:30 a.m. till 7 p.m., while 6 casual workers are